Hi, welcome to Angel's Anything Show, Big Brother recaps. We're bringing it to you live from a little different location today, but that's okay. We're outside, it's a Monday, and it's a nice day. Hopefully this guy mowing his lawn over here won't be too distracting. So I just caught today's not Monday, today's Thursday. I just caught last night, Wednesday's episode of Big Brother. It was a good one. I couldn't watch it live because I had shit to do. What do you think, that every single time it's on I'm going to be able to watch it live? What do you think this is? So, last night was the competition to determine who won Power of Veto. Now, last we checked, Nicole had won a really hard head of household competition. Good on you, Nicole. And now she needs to secure her nominations, which are Paul and Michelle. Now, Michelle is initially the target this week. But if we remember, Nicole is kind of playing both sides of the house. She's working with Paul and Victor on a potential four-person alliance, and she's working with James and Natalie. So if she could just get Michelle out, she won't have to get any blood on her hands, she won't have to show her cards, and all will be well. So basically, she just needs to win, make sure Michelle doesn't win, make sure Paul doesn't win. She doesn't want anyone taking themselves down, because then she'll have to replace them with like Natalie or James, and then it's going to be like super awkward. So the competition is like it's like a Christmas themed one, and they like are goofing on Corey the whole time. Like he's going on about how much he loves Christmas, how he's so distracted by like the whole backyard is like a winter wonderland. There's literally reindeer out there. There's like candy canes. It's a whole like counting math contest. So basically it's like estimation, and there's a bunch of different rounds, and then whoever like is the closest with each estimation gets a candy cane, whoever is the farthest away loses, and then whoever gets 3 candy canes first wins. The whole time Corey's like talking to the camera being like, oh, I was really distracted by all these reindeer, like, oh, I can't even focus because it's Christmas. They must be playing up like his dumbness, I guess. Like they must be like, oh, like pretend like you're retarded to the camera, because it's like literally what he does. Anyway, after like Corey throws a few rounds and this and that, basically Nicole wins. So she's on a roll, and I feel like proud of her almost, like she's finally playing Big Brother. I guess last season she didn't do much, or the season she was on she didn't do much, and now it's like she's winning. I think she's finally thinking, hey, maybe I can do this. Personally, I'm kind of like secretly rooting for her to win. Like, wouldn't that be awesome? She played a low-key game, and now she's kind of like winning when she needs to. Anyway, she wins, which is perfect because she can just keep the noms the same. But now she has Victor and Paul being like, yeah, like we're working together, right? Kind of questioning things. And she's talking to Corey. She sits there with Victor and she's like, don't worry, like everything's fine. Michelle's the target. But then as soon as he leaves, she goes to Corey, we could get one of them out this week. She's like, we actually have all the power. Sorry. So now she's realizing like she kind of is in this great position where she can do anything she wants. And I think it would be smarter if she just got Paul out. He's a way bigger threat than Michelle, physically, competition-wise. And no one likes Michelle, so, like, she wouldn't win, like, in the jury house either, Like if she were in the jury house, I don't think... what am I trying to say? If she was, like, in the final 2, I don't think she'd get as many votes from the jury house, because she's annoying. So I feel like it's way smarter to keep her around. Sorry, I'm just, like... playing with my carrots. So, we don't really know what's going to happen. As usual, Wednesday, the big thing is the veto. So nothing else too crazy happened. Victor and Paul have a funny moment in that room. It's like the room with the couches where everyone like goes to cry. And Victor, like they're talking about like how they miss having girlfriends and this and that. It's just getting kind of silly in the house. But really the main thing is that Nicole wins Power of Veto. So ultimately she decides to keep the nominations the same, which has been the plan. So Paul shouldn't be too freaked out. But now it's just like, I think it's going to be a mad scramble to see who ends up getting voted out, who is going to convince who. I think both people have good arguments. Ultimately, if I was Michelle, I'd be like, look, you should keep me because I never win competitions. I am not going to get any votes in a jury house, if like in a final 2 situation. I'll stick with you. I mean, I feel like Michelle should be campaigning a little harder for herself. She's not really like, because she's not in a showman, she's not really tied to any alliance. That kind of gives her some more freedom, and like she should be teaming up with Paul and Victor or something, or like if Paul gets voted out, Michelle should team up with Victor. Like, she's kind of just like letting other people run her show and like just not really working hard to stay. Oh, and then we get another breakdown from Michelle where she lays in bed crying about how she's so ugly, she hates herself, she can't deal with this anymore, blah blah blah. Sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet today. She's like looking in the mirror going, I'm literally the ugliest person ever. And Natalie's like, as I like look at myself in the camera thinking that I look pretty ugly, Natalie's like, you're not, but it's like, I mean, actually Michelle is pretty, but then she talks, you know, it ruins it. So Natalie and James, while they question their loyalty with Corey and Nicole, I think they are feeling pretty secure now that she's kept the nominations the same. And, you know, my planter's broken. What the hell? So they're feeling okay. They're feeling happy they've made it another week. Michelle doesn't know what to think. She thinks that Paul's a bigger threat, but she's not sure. And Paul isn't sure either. So I'm excited to see what happens tonight because I feel like there's probably going to be like a lot of drama that went down. And yeah, so wait and see till what happens tonight. Are we going to get a double recap upload tonight? Maybe, baby. Or maybe they'll get it tomorrow. I don't know. All right, it's getting loud out here. I gotta go. Okay, so in summation, Nicole wins the Power of Veto. She's stepping up her game. The nominations remain the same. Paul and Michelle are both still on the block. And now all that's left is a battle to the death. I'm glad I wasn't in that house this week because I bet both Michelle and Paul got really annoying. And we're going to see it all go down tonight. So stay tuned for then, and thank you for watching this episode of Angel's Anything Show. And goodbye.